One of the biggest mistakes that I see content creators make is thinking too much about the algorithm, trying to please the algorithm. This line of thinking will always lead to the same outcome: absolute misery. You are going to be miserable because you are trying to control something that is not within your control. You need to understand that the algorithm means very little to your success on YouTube. And you might be thinking, well, Jordan, how is this possible? It's not fair. I've been creating good content and the algorithm isn't picking it up. Well, let me put you on game. Okay, this right here is one of the most important things that I ever learned when it comes to approaching YouTube. So as you can see right here, we have the YouTube triangle. That's what I like to call it. We have the YouTube triangle. In the bottom left corner is you, the content creator. At the bottom right corner is the people. That's your community, the audience. At the top corner is the algorithm. Now let me show you where most people mess up. What most people try to do is they do this. So they follow the algorithm. You can see there's an arrow pointing from the content creator to the algorithm. You're following the algorithm. Meanwhile, the algorithm is following the people. Okay, the algorithm is following the people in the same way that you're following the algorithm. And you can see this is not complete. There is an arrow missing. Why? The reason why is because you're approaching YouTube the wrong way. Instead of trying to chase the algorithm, what you need to do is you need to do this. You need to get the people to come to you. When you get the people to come to you, guess what's going to happen? The algorithm's going to come to you as well. The algorithm's going to come to you because the algorithm, once again, is following the people. The algorithm is following the people. When you get the people to come to you, the algorithm will come to you by extension. In other words, when you get people to come to your channel and watch your videos for a long period of time, your channel is going to blow up. Your channel is going to blow up. YouTube is going to bend over backwards to promote your content to the masses because ultimately, what is YouTube's primary goal as a business? Their goal is to promote content to people, to keep people on the platform for as long as possible so that those people can watch advertisements and YouTube can make their 50 to 55 or maybe 45% of that ad revenue. That is YouTube's mission. So when you make content that gets people to stay on YouTube for longer, YouTube is going to promote your content. And here's the thing about this. When I break it down like that, it sounds simple, but where most people mess up, and I'm no exception to this. I've made this mistake many times in the past, and I'll give you a very good example here in a second. Where most people mess up, especially us more creative-minded people, is we create content that we want to create. We're thinking in terms of what we want to create, and then we get mad when the algorithm doesn't come to us. But again, the algorithm is following the people. In other words, it's not about the content that you want to create. It's about the content that people want to consume. And specifically, it's about the content that people want to consume from you. I'm going to give you a great example of this. So when I was making self-improvement content, in the previous lecture, you heard me mention that I had the NoFap video do very well, and that established me as a big player in the self-improvement niche for a few years. And that was where I made the majority of my money as well as built the majority of my following, my community. Well, when I was in that space, I made a wide variety of content. I made fitness content, I made NoFap content, I made looks maxing content about skincare and hair care, I made relationship advice content, and I also made poetry content. Now, which one of those things sounds out of place? Exactly, the poetry content. But I just wanted to make it. I wanted to make the poetry content because I enjoy writing poetry. It's just something that I like to do. In fact, I've already self-published 3 poetry books. I just like writing poetry. I've barely made any money from those books, but I just like doing it. It's something that I find fulfilling. But guess what? Those videos never performed well. They never performed well compared to my fitness content or my looks maxing content or literally anything else in the self-improvement realm. So what did I do? I, being young and naive and even a bit ignorant, decided to create a whole entire channel dedicated specifically to poetry. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing this. There's nothing wrong with starting a channel to pursue a hobby. But you're in this coaching program, which means you're investing into this. So I'm going to assume that you're not doing this as a hobby. You actually want to make money. Do not start a business based on something that you want to create at the expense of creating something that people want to consume. It all starts with the people. It starts with the people. Create content that they want to see. And you do the thing that you're passionate about in your free time, in your off time. Again, YouTube is a job. This was the hardest realization that I ever had to come to because, again, I am a very creative, free-spirited person. But what I also came to realize was that the inner child needs adult supervision. Otherwise, the inner child will, for lack of a better term, fuck your shit up. Because that's exactly what happened to me. And look, I still have the poetry channel. You can see right now, if you go to my channel, my main channel, Jordan Green, go to the featured channels, you'll see the poetry channel. It doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers right now. It doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers because I took the part of my business that was literally the least in demand and the least profitable and created a whole side business based on that. And I kept wondering, man, why is my content not doing well? It's no wonder. It wasn't because it wasn't good enough. That was some of the best produced content on my channel. You can go and watch those videos and verify it for yourself. That was very good content. But it wasn't content that people wanted to watch. I'm saying all of this to say that you cannot escape supply and demand. You can't escape supply and demand. Whether you do YouTube, whether you start a clothing line, whether you become a musician or an actor, an author, or even work a 9-to-5, you cannot escape supply and demand. Now, ideally, what will happen is you will like creating content that the audience also likes to consume. And that's what I'm here to help you do, is to help you find that nice middle ground. Because you don't want to be creating content that you hate creating. But if it comes down to it, you have to create content that they want to see. You have to create content that they want to see because, again, as you can see, your goal is to get the people to come to you. When you get the people to come to you, the algorithm comes to you as well. So if you want your content to be promoted in the algorithm, stop thinking in terms of what video do I want to make today, and start thinking in terms of what video do people want to see today. Stop trying to escape supply and demand. You're not going to be able to escape it. If you can somehow, then by all means, you create a coaching program and I'll be the first to buy it. I'll be the first to buy it. But as far as I'm aware, when money is involved, supply and demand is the underlying mechanism that allows you to influence the flow of money into your pockets. So again, stop chasing the algorithm. Stop creating content that you want to create that nobody wants to see, and focus on creating content that people want to watch. If you focus on that, you will solve both of those problems simultaneously, and from there, you will be able to turn YouTube into your full-time career. Now, how do you go about doing that? How do you create content that people want to see so that you can develop the life of freedom that you had in mind when you joined this coaching program? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in the following lectures. So that was just one out of 191 exclusive videos in my coaching program. If you want to unlock the rest of those videos and attend weekly coaching sessions with yours truly, then be sure to click the link in the description so that you can get your dream body, get your dream girlfriend, and make freedom your lifestyle.